Hello dear students, let me introduce myself. I am Santosh Kumar Jain from Department of Commerce, standing before you to teach you a very simple topic, internal trade. You already are aware about the trade. When we studied commerce in first year, there we saw the classification of trade. We saw the meaning of trade along with classification of trade. That particular subject today we are going to learn in a detailed manner. So as you all know, dear students, trade is nothing but it is an activity which involves the buying and selling of goods. When we buy and sell the goods for money or money's worth, we call that activity as trade. And we know how important the trade is. Trade is important because it brings the development in the country. It enables the goods from the place of producer to reach the goods to the place of the consumer. So, how this trade is classified? You know, we have two types of trade, home trade and foreign trade. Home trade, which is also called as your internal trade or domestic trade. Home trade is also called as your internal trade or domestic trade, and is the trade which is done within the boundaries of the country. When you do the trade within the boundaries of the country, we call that as home trade, internal trade or domestic trade. That is, both the buyers and sellers, they belong to the same country. When they belong to same country, when they exchange the goods with their own currency, we call that as home trade, domestic trade or internal trade. And that trade is classified into two categories, wholesale trade and retail trade, which I am going to explain. Then coming towards foreign trade, dear. You know, foreign trade is the trade which is done beyond the boundaries of the country. That is, when we buy and sell the goods between two nations, between two countries, where the buyers and the sellers, they belong to two different countries. We call it as foreign trade, external trade or international trade. So, these two trades we are going to learn in detail. So, for our syllabus, home trade, nothing but the internal trade is given in chapter number 7, and foreign trade in detail is given in chapter number 8, which we are going to see in the next session. So, our focus is to know about the home trade. Before that, you know the classification of foreign trade. Foreign trade, we group into three categories. You know, one is the export, one is the import, and other is re-export trade, dear. So, what do we mean by home trade? What do we mean by foreign trade? Trade done within the boundaries of the country is called home trade. Trade which is done beyond two nations, between two countries or beyond the boundaries of the country is called foreign trade. Then comes the classification of home trade, wholesale trade and retail trade. Okay, so I'm going to discuss this. First, I'll explain export import so that I can come to the topic. Foreign trade. It consists of export, import, re-export. Export trade, you know, when goods are going from our country to some foreign country, we call it as export. In the sense, sending of goods from our country to some other country is called export trade. Like India is supplying wheat to USA. Import trade. When we buy the goods from a foreign country, when the foreign country goods are purchased for consumption in our country, we call it as import trade. When the goods are coming from some other country, like let me say we are buying technology from Germany, we call import trade. Then comes re-export trade. It is also called as entry port trade. Importing the goods from one country And the same goods when you import to other country, keep in mind, we are importing from one country and exporting to same goods to other country. We call it as re-export trade. This separately we'll see in the chapter number 8. Now coming towards wholesale trade and retail trade. You all know, dear students, wholesale trade. When the trade is done in bulk quantity, when the trade is done in bulk quantity, then that kind of trade is called wholesale trade. Okay? And the person who conducts such trade in the large quantity, we call him as wholesaler. What is called? Is called as wholesaler. And this wholesaler, what generally he will do? This wholesaler, he is going to buy the goods in large quantity directly from producer. He will directly buy from the producer in large quantity and he will give it to the retailer. He will give to the retailer. So we can say wholesaler is one who purchases the goods from producer and gives to the retailer. And such kind of business is called wholesale business. Then comes the retail business. What do you mean by retail trade? Retail trade is the trade where the retailer buys the goods, purchases the goods from wholesaler in small quantity, not in very big quantity. He may purchase in large enough quantity, and what he will do? He will give to the ultimate consumer. He will give to ultimate consumer. So what is retail trade? Retail trade is the trade where a person called retailer purchases the goods from wholesaler and gives to the consumer. Okay. So retail means to cut. Okay, that is the literal meaning. So retailer. Then coming towards the classification of retailer. Different types of retailers we are going to learn. So retailers are classified into two types. One we call itinerant traders and one we call fixed shop retailers. Okay, a retailer can be itinerant retailer and fixed shop retailer. Now, what do we mean by itinerant retailer? Itinerant retailer is one who is not having fixed shop dear. These kind of retailers, they don't have any fixed place to do the business. Okay, they don't have the fixed shops or fixed premises to do the business. So we call them as itinerant traders. And these itinerant traders, how they are? Every practical day we see them, we come across them. Like the first one is hawker and peddler. The second is periodic itinerant, street stalls and cheap jacks. First one, hawker and peddler. What do you mean by hawker and peddler? Hawker and peddler are those retailers. They are the retailers. What they do? They buy the products, unbranded products we can say, or generally they deal with fruits, vegetables, flowers, and what they do? They put all these products in the basket and throughout the street, that is in the busy streets near your home, in your locality, whatever streets you have, they roam, streaming, shouting, screaming, and they sell their products. They are called hawkers and peddlers. Now, sir, hawker and peddler. Hawker is one who takes the vegetables, fruits, whatever commodities in the basket, on the head he puts and he roams dear. Okay, whereas peddler, he will take cycle something and he will sell. You can see in your daily life, near your house also, every morning the vegetable vendor, he comes in the, in the vehicle and he sells the vegetables. They are called hawkers and peddlers. Then periodic itinerants, very interesting. Periodic itinerants. What these itinerants they do? Periodically they come. Okay, Every day they will not come. On special occasions they will come, or on certain date they will come, dear. In Telugu they call Santa. Okay, market day also we call. What will happen? On a specified day, they will come to that particular place and sell the goods. Now you see, on Sunday we have the market in one place. Let me say in my place where I stay, on Sunday we have the market. Like that, let me say Monday in some other place. Like that, periodical itinerant. Apart from that, what is the other speciality of this periodic itinerants, dear? These periodic itinerants, on occasion of festivals also, they will try to sell the goods which are required for that particular festival. Let me say Holi is coming. So for Holi we need color. So they will keep color and they will sell. Diwali we need diyas, lamps we need. They will sell lamps. Like that, let me say Sankranti is coming. So what we need during Sankranti? We need kites. Like that, these periodic itinerants, they deal in those products. Then street stalls. Street stalls we know. What are streets? That is on the roadside. In the street, they'll keep the stalls. They'll use the tent. Okay. They'll display the unbranded products like mugs, like cups, whatever. Clothes, all that. And they will deal in that, street side. They will sell the products. Unbranded. All are unbranded. Keep in mind. Then cheap jack. Same. You know, China Bazaar and all. They come under cheap jack. Like that, when we come to the fixed retailers, that is fixed shop retailers, these are not the itinerant retailers. Generally, what will happen, dear? Generally, these itinerant traders, they will buy the product from these persons and they will sell. So we have small scale and large scale shop. Small scale and large scale. They are the retail traders who are having a fixed premises. They have their shop. Okay. And in that, they sell their products. So small scale fixed shops. Who all are there? Like general stores we have. Kirana shops, where you get what's a biscuit, chocolate, rice and all. So they are general stores we call. Where you get all general items which we need for day-to-day life. Maybe chocolate, pencil, paper, scale, whatever we need, you get in the general store. The name itself is general store. Then comes the next type of your fixed shop called single line store. Very interesting. Single line. Single means one. These retailers, they deal only in one product. That is, in one type of product they deal. Say for example, if I am dealing in plastic, okay, I am a plastic dealer, then all commodities, all goods of plastic items like bucket, like mug, like tub, whatever are relating to that, I am going to get in the single line store. No other things except plastic, I am not going to get anything. Like that, let me say I am having a garment store. Okay, cloth, I'll get only cloth. Single line I am going to deal. Then comes specialty stores. What happens in these specialty stores? They deal in multiple products. Special type of products we can call. That is, for example, let me say you have bread. In bread, we have different varieties. Like what are the brands in the bread we have? We have Spencer's one, Modern, Pappu, so many breads we have. Like that, only in that particular store, bread store, if they keep, they'll sell only breads of different brands. Like that, you can take the example of your, any shoe shop. In any shoe shop, if you see, they keep what? Lee Cooper, they keep Nike, they keep what? Adidas, like that. Specialty stores we call. Then second hand goods shop. Second hand goods. Generally what happens? Nowadays we have OLX and all. But what do you mean second hand stores? Second hand goods shop is one where already used goods. Already we have used the goods. Let me say for example, I have a sofa at home and that sofa became outdated. That sofa is not good now. So what will I do? I'll sell. That becomes second hand. Like that, if you see in busy stores and all, near station and all, generally they will be selling all the second products. Means already used product they will sell. Then what is second shop? Don't get confused. This is already used goods. And second shops are what, dear? These are the shops which deals with the product which is first hand only. But sir, why we call them as second shop? Then these shops, what will happen? The product what they are selling will have some manufacturing defect. Some manufacturing defect will be there. Thereby we call second shop. Like for example, fridge. Okay, let me say Godrej fridge or Samsung. Little bit on the door there is scratch. Okay, the customer will not buy. We know after bringing home, even if you put in the water fire, doesn't matter. But when we buy, it should be branded one. Like that, what will happen? Sometimes the product will have some damage. Manufacturing time, loading, unloading time. So that will have less value. That are sold in the second shop. Okay, second shop we call. So like this, we have the small scale traders, retailers. Then large scale. Who are the large scale retailers now? Departmental store, multiple store, mail order and consumer cooperative deal. Now what do we mean by departmental store? This departmental store are nothing but, in modern days you can call them as malls. Okay, you can call them as malls. In the sense, under one roof, when you get everything pin to plane, we can call. Those are called departmental stores. Why we call them as departmental? In the sense, the setup of the store, the setup of this large scale shop is done in such a manner that there will be departments. Let me give one simple example. If you go to supermarket, what you see? You see different sections here, right? One section, all groceries are there. In one section, all what we have, all the vegetables we have. In one section, fruits we have. In one section, we have all frozen foods. Like that, department wise it is done. So, a large store where the sections are made for the easy convenience of the customers are called departmental stores. And generally in departmental stores, we get branded items. Then multiple store. What is the next one? Multiple stores. And these multiple stores are what? These multiple stores, for example, let me say we have the Bombay dyeing. Okay, Bombay dyeing. You know Bombay dyeing, cloth. Like the Garden Vareli we have. Raymond's we have. They come under multiple store. Why they come under multiple store? Because their products, same product, okay, their same product, it is available in different parts of the society. That is in the different parts of the city you call, country you call, whatever. And wherever you go, the price will be same, the commodity will be same, the standard will be same. They are called multiple stores. Like example, you can take Bombay dyeing we have, then Baskin Robbins we have. All these they come under multiple stores. You can call even what is your McDonald's type. Then mail order business. Okay, you know mail order. Today in the world, anything you want, you are booking online. But 25 years back, there was no online business. That time we had mail order. In the sense, through post we used to get. Same subject, something old wine in new bottle dear. Those days, we used to keep order with the supplier and he used to send through mail, in the sense post. But nowadays, we are using all electronic media to place the order. And online, you are per booking and you get through courier or whatever you call. Like that, we have mail order business and consumer cooperative society. What is this consumer cooperative society? You have already studied that last year, a group of people, nothing but a voluntary association, it comes together and they supply the goods to the consumers at cheap rate, lower rate. Why? So that they are not cheated by the general store dealer or any large scale producer, whoever. We know in business, so many cheatings are going on. So this consumer cooperative society is what they do. They try to collect the goods from the producer and give to their members at cheaper rates. Like that, we have the setup of the trade deal, internal trade. So what you can expect in this? Generally, we expect 2 marks question like hawker, peddler, periodic itinerant. Like this, we expect from this chapter. And of course, apart from that, even in this chapter, we have something called about special economic zones and export processing zones, which is deleted for this particular year. Okay, so this chapter, internal trade. Let me revise once again with you all. Internal trade. Trade is an activity involving the buying and selling of goods for money or money's worth. The person who conducts the trade is called trader. Trade are of two types: home trade, foreign trade. Home trade, also called as internal trade, domestic trade, refers to the trade which is conducted within the boundaries of the country. Foreign trade is the trade which is conducted beyond the boundaries of the country. Foreign trade, also called as international trade or external trade. Home trade consists of wholesale trade, retail trade. Foreign trade consists of export trade, import trade, re-export trade. Wholesale trade is the trade where the goods are purchased in bulk by a person called wholesaler directly from the producer. And this wholesaler, he gives the products to the retailer. He will not give directly to the wholesaler generally. He will give to the retailer. Then comes the retail trade. The trade where a person purchases the commodity as per the requirement from the wholesaler and sells to the consumer is called retail trade. This retail trade is of two types: itinerant retailer, fixed shop retailer. In itinerant, we have different types of retailers: hawker, periodic itinerant, street stalls, cheap jacks. Then fixed shop, general store, single line, specialty, second hand and seconds. Large may we have departmental, multiple mail order and this one. Then apart from this, dear, you can expect difference between home trade and foreign trade. When you are expecting the difference between home trade and foreign trade, how the answer should be presented. Then you can see here, for your convenience, I am writing the differences between home trade and foreign trade. Okay, I have written serial number in between so that we can put the common point. How? First one, you write the meaning. What is the meaning? Trade done within boundaries of a country. Trade done within the boundaries of a country. What you will write here? You will write trade done beyond boundaries of a country. First point is over. Then second point. Second point, what we can write, sir? Second point, we'll write with the names. It is also called as, what is the other name of this trade? It is also called as internal trade or domestic trade. 5 marks question expected here. Then you can see here, what is the other name? It is also called as external trade, or what is the other name? International trade. That's it. Then forms. What it consists of, you know. First, it consists of wholesale and retail trade. Wholesale and retail trade. Then here, it consists of what? It consists of export, import and re-export. Over. Then fourth, buyer and seller belongs to same country. Same country. Here, buyer and seller belongs to different countries. Okay, different countries. Now fifth difference, what it is? No change of currency. No change of currency. Here there is change of currency. Change of currency. Then you can write with medium of transport also. What here? Railways and roadways are suitable. We use railways and roadways here. What about here? We use waterways and airways. Airways are suitable. Like that, 6 points I wrote. You can write 7th point. What you can write? Here, risk is less. Here, risk is more. Like that, you can make out the points also. You expected question, home trade, foreign trade. So hope you have understood this session, internal trade. I have explained in detail all the types of retailers with export, import, re-export. Again, if they ask you export, you know, when we send the goods from our country to foreign country. When we buy the goods from foreign country. Re-export, the favorite question of examiner. You should write, it is the trade where goods are imported with the intention to export them. Okay, it is also called entry port trade. It is also called entry port trade. Like that, this is the session where we saw about the internal trade. So even in your textbook, in a very clear manner, the presentation is given. You can go through it, but expected questions, already I told you, 2 marks you can expect of this, sometimes 5 marks this question. Having said this, dear, have a nice day, have a great day. We'll meet in the next session where I will discuss about international trade. That is how we are going to conduct the international trade. That we are going to discuss in the next session. Thank you.